Hi viewers, welcome to See the Stories, the signature segment of the 3-hour news show. Now before we bring in our guest for today, I want to ask Kai. Now, as we know, many people post their day-to-day activities on social media. Like me.
Me too.
Oh, I was gonna ask, how about you? Where or with who do you share your daily stories?
On stories.
Do you have like a circle? You know the is it a
The close circle.
Yeah.
I believe that there are certain things that is for my inner circle. There are certain things that the public can know about. There are certain things that are only for me.
Yeah. So it's you're fine with like sharing on social medias.
Well, I think,
but see, I look at your stories daily because I like to check on my friends. You usually post about work, which I love because it just shows that you're very
professional.
Yeah.
But I also do share personal stories. I mean, I think life is about sharing the experiences you have without giving too much of details. TMI is not good, obviously, and there are certain things that are supposed to be held private, including like I do late post stories.
Yeah, you do.
When I am in certain places, I avoid people knowing where I am at this moment in time if it's not like something that's whatever.
Well, that's for safety too.
Yeah. I mean, if it's like a music festival, you won't be able to help it anyway, right?
Well, many women showcase their success on social media. However, it is not easy to do the opposite when, share our failures openly. However, this may no longer be the case with the establishment of Perempuan Gagal, which is a platform where women can share about their failures.
I love this. I really do like it because Perempuan Gagal is a platform where women can freely share stories of various failures, whether in education, relationship, career, and many more. Founders of the platform believe that every woman has their own struggles, and they also believe that women can overcome their personal obstacles. Founders of the platform are also hoping that all women develop a set of values called 3 C's, namely contentment, courage, and compassion. I have to say it's true. Because, you and I have been through lots of failures in life, right?
Yeah.
But we're here and we're happy.
We're still here.
I mean, failures aren't such a bad thing at all.
Yeah.
Right? So how can women share their stories on this particular platform? To find out the answer, we have in our studio today Gabriela Anita Arifin as Campaign Director and Damar Widi Tabita as Community Manager of Perempuan Gagal, aka Failed Women. Did I translate it?
Failed women.
Women of failure.
Women of failure.
Women of failure. I am a woman of failure.
Yes.
Yeah. We're all women of failure.
Women of failure, that's right.
But first, please, can you elaborate on what kind of platform Perempuan Gagal actually is?
Okay, so Perempuan Gagal is a community. It was established in 2019 by Kak Kartika Ayu. So we want to create a safe space where women can share their stories, their struggles, their pain without any judgment. We have a platform in Instagram and also in YouTube channel right now.
Why did you think it was necessary? Do women not post their failures on social media according to your data? Or do they not talk about their failures openly?
Well, based on our observation, some women, especially after they get married, they focus more on their family, which is good.
Yeah.
But some women feel lonely when they find struggle, because when they're focused on their family, somehow their friends, well, in reality, some friends have their own life.
Yep.
And they finally feel lonely when they don't have a friends to talk about their failure. Like maybe they have struggle on the family with the husband, or maybe on their own career while they're married. So sometimes they feel lonely and then they choose to keep by themselves.
Okay. I can relate to that. Even after having 2 kids, I feel like I don't have any friends anymore. That's why I have such a lot. Thank you for being my friend here.
Thank you for checking out my stories.
But aside from you both being women, why do you focus on women aside from that story you just told us though?
Besides we're women, maybe because since we're women and we have a lot of stories from our environment and our friends about how they feel, it's like valid about our observation. Sometimes when they get married, they will be like, oh, I don't have friends to share, I don't know. Sometimes they will like rant on social media.
Yeah.
But close friends, right?
Yeah.
Right. Or
So can I ask you something? What is the difference between ranting on social media and actually sharing your failures and struggles?
I think ranting is more focusing on blaming on maybe others or the situation, which is failure is maybe accepting that you have made a mistake, and
So ranting would be you're still in the emotional phase.
Yeah.
emotional
The
phase.
reactive phase.
The reactive, like when you're
okay.
angry and then you will write like, this is like, oh, I don't like this or something like that. But when they have something failure and they have friends to share, like I feel failed in this phase, or I don't know what to do. They can like vulnerable more.
So this is a safe space for women to
Share.
tell their stories, share stories about failures. But do you think one of the reasons why women don't share stories is like they don't want to sell sad stories? Like, they don't
Because
want people to judge.
failure is like a stigma, right?
Yes.
People are scared of failures. People don't like failures. Hey, I'm a woman who's a failure, but I learned, I don't know, is it the way we were raised that this culture has a stigma of failure is a weakness, right? You can say.
Yes, yes.
So how do you turn this around by showcasing that failure is something that everyone goes through? It's normal, normalizing failure.
Yeah, we try to encourage more women to tell their failure, right? And we don't judge them, so it's just about sharing, because we see a lot of success stories, right, everywhere, and that can make us feel like something is wrong with me, like why I keep failing while the others are successful and thriving, right? So we just make this platform and reach to this woman, and it turns out that they reach to us too, right? They willingly share their stories, maybe something that they cannot really share with anyone.
Okay.
So it's more like a safe space,
Yeah.
like a community where we can support each other.
Okay, so women share their stories, but do you give them solution as well, like advice?
Actually, not really, right?
Mostly we're like listening to them.
Okay.
Like sometimes we get random DMs from some women and they will share their problem, and then we talk to them, and then more like a friend to talk to, and then after that we just okay, thank you for listening to me, something like that. And like on our community event last time when we have an offline meeting, we're more like listen to each other's stories, and we're like, oh, that's really good that you finally beyond that and you can back up again from the failure, and from that we can see that I'm not alone.
So what if a person, because you mentioned that there are a lot of success stories, what if a person comes in the phase of trying to accept that particular failure? It's a different treatment, right? So how would you converse with a person who is still in that phase where he or she is trying to acknowledge the fact that failure is happening right now? I don't see anything else.
We try to maybe the 3 C's. So our pillars are content, courageous, and compassionate. So we encourage them to be content first with what they have, and then have courage to tell their stories, and then be compassionate with themselves, of course, first, and also the others that maybe have the same challenges.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, so 3 C's, very important.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you see that sharing stories can make a big difference in the lives of women?
I can see it makes different because every time when I listen to some women talking about their failure and the other listening too, somehow the other feel like, oh, I'm not alone. I've been there too. Like, yeah, I've been there. Like, so what? How did you cope with that? And then they're sharing each other, and then somehow they can like, wow, you're a really good woman. You finally can cope with it. So with the compassionate with each other, they were like, oh, I can through this. I can get through this. So I'm not alone.
Yeah. Because sometimes you just want to be
Yeah, you
heard
just want to
or
be
someone,
heard.
someone to
Yes.
listen to.
A woman just needs somebody to listen to.
Yeah.
No judgment, no solution.
True.
Because we're capable of finding our own solutions, but it's we're always stuck in this moment because we have nowhere to. It's still venting
Yeah.
Yeah.
or ranting it out, right? But will there be access to like professional counseling or coaching services through the platform for those that still need to go through the journey to have the, to achieve the 3 C's?
Yeah, we do some collaborations as well with the experts, but we only give them a referral. So we don't really get into and give them solution. So just
Refer them.
Okay, yeah. So how do you ensure that the platform remains safe, a safe space for women, and also a supportive space for women to share their experiences? How do you keep it?
One of them, we didn't share their identity. If one of them sharing their stories, we just keep by ourselves. And if their stories was up on our social media, we don't put the names unless they want to. So we ask for their consent as well.
Oh, that's interesting. So, how does one submit a story to you? Is that via email, or do you open question box or DM? What do you?
How do you
collect? How do they reach you?
Yeah, we do all of
DM
that.
mostly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's that easy. You
Yeah,
just
it's
want
just
someone-
one DM away.
just slid into their DM.
Yeah, sliding into people's DM. Oh, look, I got a problem. I know you will listen to me. You will not reject me. Well, I would really love to know, like, what are some of the most impactful stories that are shared by users?
Impactful stories from our platform.
Yeah, from your platform.
We feel that every stories are important, right? No
Yeah.
matter how small or big they are. So they can make an impact. If you share your stories about your failure, it can make an impact. But we also have some stories from our readers in YouTube. So we interviewed some of them, and they share really deep stories. Yeah, sometimes some about sexual harassment, and then it can be about failure in marriage and things like that. Yeah.
Okay, so can you share any success stories or feedback from users about how sharing their failures has impacted their lives?
It happened last time on our community event. Some of them coming to our event, and then they say like they were failure in the stage of failure, and then they were scrolling on Instagram, and then they found us, and then they read our content, and were like, oh, I like this content. This is very relatable to me. And then when they read our quotes, our stories, they were like, wow, I feel something relatable to me. I'm not lonely. So I want to meet these people in this community. So that's why a lot of people, some of them coming, and then they feel relief, they feel chill and relaxed when they're together with us. And we feel happy with that.
Yeah, you mentioned about events. Can you tell us more about that? Like, when does it usually happen, and is it open for public? And what do you guys usually do at these events?
For now, community event is offline. It's open for public. Anyone can come in.
Once a month.
Once a month we will come in, and then we share our stories.
Basically, we just chat, and then we tell our stories of failure one by one. And then make new friends.
Yeah, networking.
That would be the solution. Make new friends.
Yeah.
It all starts with a conversation.
That's right. All right, so See the Stories will continue after the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.